This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection.
Hey everybody, this is Richie from the Metal Cell Podcast. I'm delighted to welcome Dwayne and Pete of Ketos to the show for the first time, actually, lads.
First time Ketos in the Metal Cell Podcast.
Yeah, 6 fucking years it took me to get you on. Like, I hope the bribe was worth it.
That's it, man. That's it.
Thanks for having us on, man.
Yeah, fucking delighted, man. Delighted. It's just a weird one, isn't it? That some bands just... Like, I'd say probably you're the only band that I haven't interviewed from Northern Ireland that are...
Probably not. No, you even had my old band, Nyland.
Fucking Sin of Sense.
I watched the Pete Creek interview. Big shout out to Pete Creek. Awesome work, bro. That was class.
Yeah. There's that many bands coming and going, you know, like by the time you work through everyone, you know, there's 20 new bands, you know.
Yeah.
So,
and do you know what I found out as well? Fucking hell, Achilles Heel. I had them on. Do you remember them?
Heel of Achilles?
That's If It Bleeds, bro.
Fucking hell, like.
Dude, I just covered them. They won Medal of the Masses.
Is that who If It Bleeds are?
Fuck me. Yeah, it was Heel of Achilles. So Heel of Achilles, it's really funny. Heel of Achilles used to have Jim and Lee, who are now in Nyland.
Yeah.
And it's all just one big incestuous.
It is. 'Cause my fucking jaw hit the ground because I knew, I had Heel of Achilles on the show, as I said, but I never fucking knew the lads had jumped ship into fucking.
If It Bleeds, serious fucking shout out to If It Bleeds. Medal of the Masses, NI Twinners 2025. Everyone needs to listen to If It Fucking Bleeds. Like, stop what you're doing right now and put that fucking shit on.
They were brilliant.
They're fucking amazing. Well deserved.
They were absolutely solid. Like, they had the room going crazy. They were just heavy as anything. The big breakdown. Brilliant, like.
Because like they had, like, as I was saying, how come they're so fucking damn good? But I didn't know anything about the band.
It's not our first rodeo.
Until I was watching.
I think actually Steve, the drummer, was saying he was in Metal of the Masses, the second ever one we did back in 2016.
Yeah.
I was actually in the first ever NI one in By Conquest or Consent. And believe it or not, they get knocked out of the first round, which might sound weird, but it was a fucked up round. Had Senescence, Conjuring Fate, and fucking some other amazing band, and it was just like the round of death, and like. There's 4 of you that should be in, 2 of you are gone, and that's the way it goes.
That's it.
Conjuring Fate as well, man. Jesus,
I love Conjuring Fate, man.
Yeah, they were brilliant as well, so they were
brilliant.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, there's a rich history of fucking band members, as you said yourself, Pete. It's a bit incestuous up there, like most scenes are, I would say. But like. So how did the origin of Ketos come about? Was that again through?
Well, you fellas, you actually existed for a very significant time before I was in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we sort of started trying to get a band together, and there was me, Keith, and Gareth, who are still in the band, and then our bassist was Jamie Mills. But Jamie he didn't have time for it with family stuff, and then he was like trying to do wedding bands and stuff. So he dropped out, and then we got James in, you know. James Popple.
Yeah.
And
shout out to James.
I actually saw Pete playing in Voodoo. He was playing with By Conquest or Consent.
Big shout out to By Conquest or Consent.
And I was like, this guy is really good, can do his cleans, can do like the heavy stuff as well. So
apparently.
The next day I actually sent Pete a message and was like, can you, like, I'm starting a new band, do you want to jump in? And he was like, sorry, I've got a band going, I can't put the time into it. And I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then about 6 months later, we got a few songs wrote and got like the guts of what Ketos started to be, you know.
Chaos Theory, Echoes. They were the first songs.
Yeah.
So that was Rise, basically.
Yeah, and then I went back to Pete and said, "You still like got a band going?" And he says, "I've actually got a bit of free time now."
Actually, I can do it now.
Yeah. So that, we met up for a pint and just sat, talk shit, and
then we met and jammed. First song we jammed was Ketos was engaged. What the fuck was it?
Yeah, my last lyric.
Not surprised at that.
I think we actually have a video of that somewhere.
Yeah, we probably do, to be honest. Yeah. We just did a cover to like get things rolling, you know, and then we literally played that cover like one time, and then ever since then it's just been writing and just playing our own stuff, you know. So no, that's pretty much the origins of it, like, you know.
And yourself and Keith, Dwayne, riff lords that you are. Like, did you learn yourselves, or did you fucking, was there any?
Yes.
We all self-taught.
My older brother, my brother's like 7 years older than me, and he always was into like his punk and his like bit of hardcore and bit of like metal here and there, and I just started getting into it slowly but surely, and just started picking his guitar up here and there, you know.
Okay.
And didn't really play much for a couple of years. It was just, you know, dabbling at it, and then all of a sudden it just clicked, and I was starting to like look out my own music and buy a Metal Hammer and all that. Then I just started off playing punk. And then kept going, get heavier and heavier, you know. So I started getting like, whenever I started finding bands like Megadeth and Metallica, just completely hooked into like playing big riffs, and that's how I got into it. I think Keith actually
fuck me, Keith, right? He was like, all right, first song I learned was Beast in the Heart at 5 Avenged Sevenfold. I was like, what the fuck? Like, most people's first song is like, you know, like Nirvana or something. I was like, Beast in the Heart at Avenged Sevenfold was like, right, well, you know, start as you mean to go on.
Fucking guitar hero shit, like.
I think Keith used to play like violin and stuff beforehand.
He's a virtuoso.
You can get it.
I'm not being funny. He's probably the best fucking lead guitarist I've ever fucking seen in my fucking life.
Like, it still kind of blows your mind whenever you see it. Like, even in band practice, I'm still looking over.
You know who reminded me of Keith? Yngwie Malmsteen. when Delusional Silence did the Hard Rock Hell with Yngwie Malmsteen, we kind of like fucked about. We ended up standing on the stage to watch him, and I was just been like, that's fucking Keith. Poppy and Keith's style, you know?
Yeah, so Keith got into like violin and stuff. And then from that, I said to his mom, I don't want to do that anymore. It was just lessons and stuff. And then he got into guitar, and like Garth was in an old band, No
Less My Life, right? No Less My Life. Big fucking shout out to No Less My Life. Biggest fucking punk influencers in the early Belfast scene. Used to tour with the Misfits and all.
What?
Going for 10 years.
No Less My Life. No, seriously. I'm not even joking. It's hilarious because we used to run around before I even knew Garth, and it was like a wee meme. It was like, yeah, it's No Less My Life. That's what everybody used to say. He thought it was a wee joke. And Garth was the drummer of No Less My Life, and now he's in fucking Ketos, and that's some serious punk fucking rich history right there.
Yeah,
serious.
So they used to have like another band as well. Like I was just playing, I was like punk and stuff, and Keith used to come out with them, and like he would just be like this little like 8-year-old or 10-year-old, you know, and he was like just like they were all playing punk, and he was just shredding children about him and things, you know. So I think we knew quite early that Keith was going to be really, really talented.
We all knew that he was a star. He's some pop for young pop like this.
Like, I'm interested in just the way you're saying there about the musical styles, because obviously there's a big element of punk there that, you know, maybe that should have fucking shooted a bit through more so on the EP, you know, but like, how did you kind of lose that to get more heavier? Or?
Well, you see, when I was in By Conquest or Consent, all the songs were very serious, very like. And when I joined Ketos, I was like, you know what? I don't want that. I don't want this to be so serious. I don't want the baggage. I want it to be a bit more poetic. I want it to be a bit more artistic. But it ended up being pretty fucking political anyway. And just, like, you know what? You know, all the people are talking about, you know, fuck you. You know, you deserve it. Fuck off. Like, it's all good. If you're getting slagged, you deserve it. Fuck off. Like.
No, like the older stuff was probably like a bit more influenced music-wise by like old school thrash bands. And that's probably where that punk element comes into it, you know, like trying to go a bit faster and stuff like that.
Being a punk is the most important thing you can be.
But as we went on, like I think with me and Keith, like writing riffs and stuff, like heavier bands started to come into it as well. Like bands like Decapitated, Fear Factory, like Liar Was Murder, like things like that started to like seep into it as well. So now we're like, you will find more like breakdowns and stuff like that in the songs because all that sort of just seeped in naturally. There was no ever any thought process of, oh, we'll change this or get heavier. It's just, that's the way it just sort of went naturally. So
Yeah, because like I mean, tracks like Escape the Chains and Ascendant, that's melodic thrash and groove metal,
Yeah, Escape the Chains is actually one of my favorite personal Ketos tracks because the guitar solo, it has like 3 levels. Yeah. Every time you think it's about to end, it levels up. So it's like Keith, and you're like, it just fucking keeps going and going and going. And I'm not just saying this because I fucking love you guys, but I haven't seen anybody do anything half as fucking impressive in my fucking life, and it's the coolest fucking thing ever. And cheers to you guys.
Just throw your minds back to that, lads. What was the recording process for it like?
We did it with Josh at JSR.
Yeah, of course. Josh at that stage,
the first strike.
Is this for first strike? Sorry, yeah.
Josh was fucking young, lads, at that stage, wasn't he?
Josh Robinson, he is one of the premier fucking standout artists of this scene. If it wasn't for the things that Josh were doing, we wouldn't fucking have half of the fucking scene. I'm fucking serious. Like, major contributor, and he's serious fucking props. Like,
no, he gets a shout out every fucking second, third
episode. He is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, and like if anything you ask him or like go to him is like, can you do this? You can do that. He'll give you 3 different ways to do it, or like, what about doing this, or what about doing that? Or sometimes he'll say, just leave it with me, and they come back the next day and send you a copy, and it's like fantastic. It's exactly what you want it, or he's put like a little twist on it. He's absolutely brilliant at what he does.
He's best.
He's just built for it. He knows exactly what he's doing. Like that's why so many bands.
What age was he then? Like he was young. Was he?
Oh, he's young. Like he's fucking. I'm not going to be some prick that reveals somebody's age on the internet because that's.
We're okay. Blokes don't fucking care.
He's younger than us, old enough to know better, young enough to have fun. Let's leave his age to mystery.
Yeah, I don't actually know why.
Let's not hide people's ages on the internet. That's a bullshit movie.
My point is, Pete, that for back in 2019, like this guy was fucking earning his way and learning and fucking.
Yeah, it's a hot guy. Josh is a fucking hot guy.
He just came out of nowhere too. Like there was sort of a point where I'd never really heard of him, and then the next thing there was like all the bands were recording with him, and it's like it hasn't even died down. It wasn't a thing of like, oh, we'll go to Josh for
good luck booking in with him, by the way, because he's fucking full for the next while. Like
it's kept up, and there's a reason for that because he's what he does. Like
yeah,
it's just fantastic. Yeah.
So to know the guest appearance in that album as well, fall in line with Morgan Reed.
Oh shit! From Bloodshot Dawn.
Yeah.
We were huge Bloodshot Dawn fans. We got to support them in Ireland on their Irish tour. Keith personally was majorly inspired by who did the solo? Who did the guest solo? Morgan Reed. Yeah. And when we played them, Morgan Reed came up to Keith and was like, dude, what the fuck? You're fucking amazing. And Keith was like, no, mate, you're amazing. Would you please feature on our album? And he fucking did it.
They actually knew each other from before that. They just talked on the internet. They were like sort of going back and forth, and they'd actually worked on, I think it was like worked on a track before. It was like a sort of guitar collaboration sort of thing. So I think that's how they got talking to each other. And then they met each other at Cork and just got talking for ages. And then the next thing, Keith was sort of like, do you want to jump on and do a guest solo? And we just absolutely knocked it out of the park. Like I'd say like a week later, he sent that back, and it was like just absolutely fantastic.
It was the most fucking insane thing we ever fucking seen. Like we put out to a lot of collaborators for that album, and some things came back that weren't great, but that came back and it was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, he just nailed it. It was so quick as well. It was just sort of like we sent him over the track and we thought he would do a couple of takes, like try
one take Jake. First try.
We thought he'd try a different couple of things and then go like, I'll send you another one. But he just sent it and it was fantastic straight out of the box. Like so.
And being signed to Hostile Media Records, Bloodshot Dawn were also on Hostile Media Records. That made it very easy because apparently if you're on different labels, there's like a whole bullshit thing that's to happen. Fuck that. It's none of my business. But yeah, he was able to come on and jump on. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, no, I was brilliant.
Yeah. Personally, I love when bands collaborate with other bands. It's really good for fans.
Bro, that's what you're doing right now. You're the Mel Cell podcast, collaborating with all the bands, bigging everybody up, doing the best fucking work. Big respect to your fucking self, bro. Serious.
No, I think whenever bands collaborate as well, it's like a bit of fun as well because like
It's all big.
You're taking like someone from a like not even a different genre, but bringing in like a completely different creative output. You know,
Yes.
and like you're just completely making something that wouldn't normally be made.
And you know what?
That's
It's a great platform to use too, to help younger up and coming bands, to help pick them up with everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, for example, If It Fucking Bleeds, holy shit. A new up and coming band, brand new. One Mellow the Masses already. Fucking killing it with all their shit. If anyone needs to be paying attention to any new band right now, it's If It Fucking Bleeds.
Yeah, they were
serious.
fantastic, all right. Like
Fuck me, lads.
that was that Battle of the Masters final was the first time I'd seen If It Bleeds live,
Yeah.
and it was just as you say.
I've been fortunate enough to actually, they've been guests on my show a few times. I'm pretty good friends with them. They're cool guys.
Like I kind of like didn't realize that they were in all their bands beforehand. I knew a couple of them.
Hero Achilles.
I didn't realize it was Hero Achilles.
Which
and
happened with the now. It's like,
Yeah.
it's funny as fuck. Right?
So my point, what I'm trying to establish is, lads, that if there's going to be a collaboration, it would be nice that if there was maybe one or two band members come in with Ketos before you released. I don't know where you're getting to with your single releases, but is it too late at this stage, or how far are you down the line with recording material?
That's a fucking brilliant idea. Let's get some motherfuckers collabing on the next fucking Ketos track. We're doing it one thing at a time. We're doing it one single at a time.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
Without giving too much away, the next 2 or 3 are done.
Yeah,
Nice.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
They're just not released yet, but
we've got like
it's in the back pocket.
we've got a couple of like solid demos, but there's no, as you say, like
I would like collabs.
nothing set in stone. And
It's actually
cool to get someone else in, from another band. That's always something I like as well. Like whenever we brought in Morgan, that was just like a nice little touch.
that was Keith's
song,
fucking favorite guitar player.
Yeah.
So that meant a lot to him. That's like me getting fucking Sinister fucking Gates or some shit. That's like that was a big deal to Keith. He fucking loved that, and it was so cool.
It'd be cool to get like a guest vocalist or something on it,
Well,
like on other tracks.
Yeah.
We've got like 4 or 5.
What about a guest rapper?
Yeah.
Can be done. Can be done, man.
But yeah, we got next 4 or 5 like set demos we had for them, but nothing's like finalized or anything yet. So yeah,
It's just that I wanted to throw it your way, especially with your work with Morgan Reed, and it was so fucking excellent.
Like, it's good,
it'd be lovely to see you collaborate with another band,
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree
Oh,
with you.
don't worry.
I agree with you. It's great for bands to do that, and
It's all about collaborations, all about community, all about working together and bigging each other up, promoting each other, pushing each other forward,
and also
everyone helping each other.
Yeah, it also brings like 2 sets of fans, like a set of fans that were doing other bands, that they might not have checked out otherwise, So
there's a few Ketos collabs I haven't pitched to you yet. I don't know what you're going to accept, but there's a few different ones.
What's this?
Punks, acoustics, rappers. There's a lot of people looking to collaborate with Ketos. I just don't know what you're going to accept yet. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Like,
Check it out. There's no wrong answers, to be honest.
yeah, there isn't. No. Like being part of the Irish metal scene, lads, for so long now. How do you perceive the growth of it and your role within it?
I think Irish metal is taking fucking over. I think we're making everything metal. Blacker than the fucking blackest black times infinity. We're here to make. I myself, I do the Rig Rundown podcast. I'm starting to work with other artists, but the whole point of it is it all points back to metal.
Yeah.
The whole point of our show was it's metal. Other people wanted to collaborate. I'm like, it would be awfully hypocritical of me to not let others in when my main complaint is like they're not covering metal enough. Yeah. So I'm like, sweet, we'll take rap, we'll take pop, we'll take punk, but it's all pointing back to metal. This is a metal fucking show. Metal it's the most important fucking music we have in this fucking country. It's the most important fucking thing in the fucking world. If you're not metal, then fuck off. You know what I mean? No, I'm not even being funny, but like,
I think like
metal, it's the most important thing we have in Ireland.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing we have in the fucking world.
I think like metal bands in Ireland have like completely upped their game across the board. Like production wise, like people have like Kimpers, so they have like the sound nailed down using in-ears. Like people are getting like
bands like fucking From Roots with their in-ear rigs.
Yeah.
Bands like fucking If It Bleeds with their fucking shit. Bands like fucking Nylons with their fucking neural fucking core. Fucking quad cortex.
I think, and then I think because so many good bands are coming out in Ireland, like Northern Ireland and down south as well. Like I think it pushes everyone to be like, oh, you can like
100%.
Like, whoa, you can do this.
Yeah.
Like, dude, growing up, like I'm not as old as people might think, but whatever. Growing up, I used to watch Senescence. I used to see Senescence
That's who got it.
supporting Sheephead, supporting fucking American Head Charge, supporting fucking Steve.
Yeah.
So, and that was like, whoa, that's a fucking goal. That is an inspiration.
Yeah.
They are from here and they're doing that.
Yeah, I kind of see.
That's so
sort of
fucking class.
There was like Senescence back then.
Senescence, biggest
Probably
inspiration.
like 2008, 2009. Like I started listening to those guys. And I was like, oh, they're actually from Northern Ireland. You know, they play on the local scene. And I started listening to them, and like from there, started finding other bands here, there, and everywhere. And
So much respect for Senescence.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for Senescence, who the fuck knows what else local Irish band could have done anything. They were the fucking first. They fucking hit the fucking milestones.
Yeah.
They're fucking cool.
They're still great.
Growing up, that's that wanted to fucking be.
And they're still
You
great.
know?
They're still great.
They're still fucking good.
Like, it's cool to like a band that I really liked in like 2008,
Yeah.
2009, and now I know the guys and we'll chat to them, like have a few pints.
Love those guys.
That's part of it as well, you know.
Big love to Citizens.
Yeah, but like I think sometimes, lads, the scene is hamstrung just because of one, the lack of venues, and two, promoters as well. Like we've like 5 or 6
Well, I'll tell you
promoters
something else
doing
about the lack
God's
of
work,
venues.
but there's just not enough though.
Yeah.
There's not enough. We need more. We need more metal. We need more fucking heavy music. We need more awareness. There are a lot of people in Ireland who would love what was going on. If you fucking knew about it. Do you know how many times I've done an amazing show and met someone like, I didn't know what was happening. It's like, well, you know,
Yeah.
it fucking happened. You know what I mean? This shit is happening. It happens regularly. It happens all the fucking time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing pisses me
fucking
off more
hyping
than
it up.
like I went to Pantera there and Power Trip, and there's fucking thousands of metalers there.
Yeah.
It's a full fucking sold out arena.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like a sold out arena, but yeah,
Sick.
no, it's
And I hung out with the Nomadus lads. I met the Solitorn lads, Pete from
Love Nomadus, love Saltthorn, big
Yeah.
fucking respect.
Yeah.
Big
Get 'em
love
all,
to
but
you guys.
like these are bands that I'd fucking, you know, pay big money to go to see and watch, and wish that fucking even a tenth of the fucking crowd that were at the Tree Arena
Yeah.
would
That's
fill
it, mate. That's
would
it.
fill the fucking room 3 times over, but they
Yeah,
don't.
no,
They're
100%.
whole. They
So,
just
like-
don't
like-
bother. Like,
Like if you like took something that would go to the SSE arena and put it in the Limelight or in Voodoo, like you're like the numbers are unbelievable. As you say, if you take 1% of it, like fills it 3 times over, you know?
Yeah.
We got to do lots of cool shit. We played near with On Earth. On Earth were one of my biggest fucking inspirations growing up. I'm not even joking.
Mm.
And like when Voodoo announced On Earth, I actually grabbed the promoter and was like, mate, give me that fucking gig. Like I'm fucking serious. Like they're my biggest inspiration. If you don't put me on with this, like fuck you.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
that's so-
that was brilliant. Like I played with On Earth that
So I mean, On Earth,
we'd all
like
we'd all be listening to.
metal, the pioneers of fucking metalcore. Fucking On Earth. Who else did we fucking get to play with? Fucking Heart of what you call them buddies?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know who you're talking
I don't know.
about. No, it was great to play with On Earth, like because I've been listening to them for years and years and years, and then you actually just finally share the stage with them. It was just amazing. Like, and they were up in the green room and that chatting away. And we like shared a bottle of whiskey with them and all. It's just like
That's-
fantastic to do that. Like, you know, it's just like a sort of put a smile on my face for about a month. Like, you know.
On Earth, like like I've supported lots of bands in all the things I've been in, including like fucking Anthrax, Ingrid Malmsteen, whatever. On Earth, that meant the most to me personally because I grew up listening to them.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, that was what was on my fucking CD player every day. Zombie Autopilot, On Earth, and to get to share the fucking stage with them and share it was like surreal as fuck.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It meant more to me than any of the other shit that I did.
But it's
No
just
harm.
trying to fucking capture more of an audience to get to these crowds, because I'm sure no more
That's
than
what we did.
In Cork we've got like around 7 or 8 heads that are always there at the gigs, and they bring their mates as well, you know. And I'm
Yeah.
sure in Belfast as well, you could literally name out the people that are at the stage the whole time, but it's just really
Yeah.
difficult to try and get more people. To
Well, I
catch
tell you
more
what,
of them,
man. I
know?
tell you what. I did a gig here. It was Ketos in Ireland in January, and it was in Voodoo. And we sold fuckloads of tickets. And I think I knew personally everyone was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week we did a gig with PXPX and Artrenachromes, Sort of Straw, and April. And I'm not joking, dude. The entire crowd's under 25, and we had like twice as many people here, and I didn't know a single one of them.
See, that's what you want.
Because I'm old now. I'm like over
Yeah.
my mid-30s or whatever. So like,
That's-
it's all about the young crowds, getting the young people in.
Yeah.
Like, and it's mad. It's like I'm doing a show. It's like 160 people here, and I don't know anybody. But a couple of weeks ago, we did our one, but I knew everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
But
there's a new
here's
generation
one for
coming
you
in, and
then.
it's so exciting to see.
Here's one then. Why don't you look at doing an all ages gig?
Well, Richie, I'll tell you what. I don't know if I can announce it yet, but there's something.
It's in the
something
works.
coming up like that.
Good.
With
Good to hear.
I don't know what I can say. I honestly don't know what I can
Say
say.
nothing.
Just say
I'll
that
say
there's an
nothing.
all ages gig coming
I'll
up.
tell you
Yeah.
this. It's to do with the Rick Rundown podcast. It's to do with Ketos. It's to do with another massive Belfast thrash band, the Ketos, who have not played with before, and it's to be announced soon, and that's all I can say.
And is it an all ages gig?
Well, if you're under 16, you have to have your parent, but sure, I'll be here.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say more there, and I was like,
Don't say shit. There's an official announcement coming. All I'm gonna say is watch the Ketos pages, watch the Rig Rundown pages. There's something coming.
Yeah.
It's not the Limelight, it's not Mandela, it's not Empire, it's a bit bigger.
stop talking.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's good to hear. But like as I
You're
said, all ages gigs are the way to go to get a
yeah,
younger
It's not the
audience in.
opposite.
You know.
I'll say that. It's not the opposite.
Yeah, no, like
But that's all I'm saying.
I actually think in the last few years as well, like I'd say since like before COVID and after COVID, I even noticed like there's a completely different like crowd coming up through, as you say, and then you go to like bands like If It Bleeds That, and you do see a completely new set of people.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, like just to get a new scene, pretty much, like, you know.
Like you look at the Siege of Limerick as well. They open
yeah.
doors at 1 o'clock,
I love
so
the
all
Siege
the
of
young
Limerick.
gang can get in and they can watch. Like I'll tell you now, right? So last Siege, the band that opened were Terrace. Shout out to the
Hey,
lads
yo,
at Hunter
shout
then.
it, yo, shout out the fucking Terrace. Seriously, guests of my
Boydie,
show, very good friends of
Grog,
mine.
and
I love
Hunter.
to shout it.
But that was,
Hunter, George, Warren.
he doesn't listen at all, does he, Dwayne?
No.
No, I kind of gathered that now. Just
Fucking love Terrace. You had Terrace on your show?
yes,
Yeah, no, no, they have like,
but they opened,
Remember
okay,
Bear?
and then Terrace
that?
opened, and then after Terrace was Sky Pilot.
yeah.
After Sky Pilot was Sharborn, so it was fucking unbelievable what
Yeah, because like
crowd, what these young people saw up to 6 o'clock, and then
Yeah,
to leave, you
Amazing,
know.
mate,
But
amazing.
that's a
amazing.
lot. That's a lot of energy to work with. Like Terrace, just like go
Terrace,
crazy.
the trajectory of Terrace right now is insane. I'm not joking, right? I'm not biased. I'm friends with everybody. I think Terrace might be the next biggest band to come out of here with the trajectory and the fandom they have.
They're doing everything
They're
right.
doing everything right,
Yeah.
and the people behind them, and it looks. I don't know. I can kind of see where things are going, and I can see where that's going. And
Yeah, no, like the energy they have on stage, and like their songwriting, like everything. It's just brilliant. And same with Sky Pilot. Like Sky Pilot are absolutely class. The
they
ones
did
like,
a fucking 200 show recently.
Sky
200 shows.
Yeah, was that at Siege? They did their two.
No, it was in here.
no, it was
I was hanging with Dave, and we did the 200 shit. They're so cool. Like I love those guys. Sky, but shout out the fucking Sky Pilot. Keeping repping, keeping 200 fucking shows. How many shows have we done? Not fucking 200.
Not 200, but
Not 200. Maybe.
and
20.
also, and do you know who followed Terrace? Lockhorns. So
Oh fuck! You get me off here. Stop saying all these fucking.
yeah, I mean, so like,
Lockhorns, right? They won Melt the Masters 2019. I had them on Big Rundown recently. They're playing Bloodstock, the fucking big Sophie stage this year.
yeah.
Alex DaCosta, best fucking singer on the scene. I'm sorry to everybody else. I don't mean any. I'm not picking favorites, but you're not better than Alex.
I actually love Alex's other band as well, Lucas.
Oh,
Alex from Lockhorns.
there's another fucking.
He plays with a band called Lucas from England, and they are absolutely fantastic.
wow,
Like the
Lockhorns. My favorite Lockhorns song is Low. I think everyone needs to listen. That's a song that's like, it doesn't matter what genre of music you like. If you hear that song, it's like, it just takes it. You know, you're just like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Lockhorns are
It's
absolutely fantastic. Like,
Fucking works.
so was that the first three bands? Was it?
they were the first three bands, man.
Yeah,
Three from
that's it.
Northern Ireland, and there was
You know?
12 and 13-year-olds in there seeing these
Yeah.
bands for the first
That's
time.
that's a gig in itself. Those three bands, like that's an absolute banger. Never mind like the rest of the weekend. You know.
Yeah.
And there was like 20 other rounds.
Yeah, oh, there's like tons more, but that's first three. That's fantastic. Like,
So come here. What does a typical songwriting and rehearsal session look like for Ketos these days?
but to be honest, a lot of it's done separately. We all have like a Reaper setup, you know, like a recording setup.
Shout out to Reaper. Thank you for the indefinite free trial.
You're giving shout outs. We're giving shout outs to software now.
I love the indefinite free trial. I'm still testing it.
Yeah, so now we usually like write separately, and then we'll chuck. It could be like a riff or like a couple of riffs or a complete song. It gets chucked into the WhatsApp group, and then we just knock it about.
Okay.
There's no wrong answers. If someone doesn't like something, you just say, "I'm not that fussed about this," or "What if we try this?" Or
one of my favorite fucking things about Ketos, about this band, is that, and some people might not know this, all of the lyrics, they're either actually from me or Keith or Dwayne. Do you know what I mean? There's like, and you don't know who has written
the
song.
Yeah.
We are the like, so there's songs that you've written, there's songs that I've written, and there's songs that Keith has written.
Yeah.
But like, it's all one fucking collaborative group.
Yeah. Sometimes
And they're all going the same way.
sometimes you just get inspiration, and you're like, you get a little idea for a little melody that even for a song that someone else has written, and then you just go
And
for
were
it.
you always like that, Dwayne? Or
Always, you can't turn them off. Like,
Oh no, him. Jesus, he won't remember a thing of this interview in fucking an hour's time. But rock and roll, baby. But no, Dwayne, were you always that way, or was it COVID?
what? Sorry.
No,
Were
we
you
did all
always
shit
that
before
way,
COVID.
just recording remotely, or was it just through COVID that started all this?
No, we sort of always did that. We always sort of had our own like recording setup. So it was just easier to get a few things chucked about, you know, online and back and forth. There was a few songs like "Escape the Chains." We actually wrote down in the practice room, and we actually recorded like a 3-hour session. I just took all the best bits and like sort of made it into a song from that. But yeah, no, we sort of bat things back and forward like online. There has been a few that have been written, like, you know.
Well, the first Ketos EP, right? You wrote one of the songs, Keith wrote another one, and this was 3 songs, and it was like one of us each, the lyrics, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So No Hope Inside was mainly you, Echoes was mainly Keith, and Chaos was mainly me.
Yeah.
But it's like, you don't know who wrote it. You don't know what it's about. It's a collaboration.
Yeah. I like that though, where like the lines are blurred, because me and Keith would have like completely different styles of guitar playing, because his is mainly like lead based and mine's mainly rhythm based. But whenever you chuck stuff in, I think we've like influenced each other that way. You know, like I'm starting to do like a little more lead stuff, and Keith's doing a bit more like rhythm stuff, and like there's a bit in the middle where both of us, you know, would write. But yeah, it's kind of nice to like bat that off each other, you know, 2 completely different styles. And it's very rare that there's one song that's untouched, you know, sent into the chat. That's it, finished, you know. There's usually a back and forward, and like, will be like, oh, I don't like this bit, or can we change that breakdown, or change the chorus, or, you know. So there's usually like a band effort, you know. But
And how often do you practice together then?
All the fucking time, like as regular as we can.
yeah,
But a lot of our work is actually done solo, remotely. Somebody will be like, whoa, I've just created something, and email it in. We're like, whoa, this is amazing. And we'll build the song around that. You know what I mean? And then we'll jam, and then we'll. So it all comes from an idea of a lyric or a riff or a section, and then we build the song, you know, off it.
Yeah. So a lot of our practice, like a lot of jamming in a room, is like getting gig ready more than anything, you know.
Okay.
Richie, we'll have to have you down to the Ketos room. We have up at
100%.
the farm.
Yeah.
What do we call the farm?
Ketos HQ.
Ketos HQ.
I'll be coming up for Crypt of the Riff anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
shit, right.
Nice, yeah.
Get in touch, man. We'll get you there, get you the exclusive.
Yeah. Like a lot of the time that we spend in the practice room is just getting like gig ready, or like trying to get newer songs gig ready, you know, like the 2 new singles. Like a lot of the time we spend in the practice room is getting those to a standard where we're happy with them live, you know. And then obviously whenever new ideas are kicked in, we get Garth, you know, like in with the kit with the guitars going to like write drum ideas and that as well, you know.
And it's really cool because Keith and Garth are brothers. They have like a psychological link that you cannot, you know.
They've been doing that for
years. You can't try to fucking get like, like, see, when it's your literal actual brother, you're not going to get more mentally insane than fucking that.
It's like filling down bag. They just been doing it
Yeah.
a lifetime and they just click, you know?
natural.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just tell me about the evolution of the price of life, then, your new single.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's an interesting story because
Yeah.
Mickey came in, but we had it before Mickey came in.
Yeah.
It was totally different.
Keith, that's Keith's song. Keith had written that.
Keith wrote it.
And it was just, that was quite a lot of it together, you know, like a big chunk. And he was kind of like, I've got this new idea that was chucked in. But never, that was the first, no. Yeah, was that the first one we actually wrote with Mickey?
I don't know.
Maybe the second one, but
We did Overload.
Mickey,
We did nothing he talked about. That one.
yeah. Well, Mick started taking it and programming, putting in like, you know, like strings,
Tracks and strings and piano.
and he
He's got
sort
a
of
nice elements.
yeah, he sort of built it up. As it built up, the song like changed, and we took out the verse and put something else in to make it a bit heavier, and it just sort of evolved like really fast. But yeah, it was mainly Keith's idea, and then Mick come in and put all the ideas, and it completely evolved and changed into a different track. But that was pretty cool because we got Mickey in, and that was him putting his stamp on it. And it was,
Yeah,
it was
Mickey,
cool
Mickey was actually in Conquest with me. Mickey was the main fucking songwriter producer for By Conquest or Consent. So they were the reason Ketos invited me in. So when it came time for like needing a new bass player, I was like, well,
yeah,
do you want the guy that made you like me?
yeah, so it was kind of like Mickey coming in and putting his stamp on stuff. It was cool, like, you know. No, like I'm really happy with it. That evolved, and yeah, that was the one compared to Overload. Overload didn't really change that much, but the price of life that really changed. Yeah, as soon as Mickey came in and put that over the top of it, sort of like give it a different feel and a different vibe to it, you know. And then yeah, it evolved a lot, like, you know.
Brilliant.
Even looking at the lyrics there, am I guessing right that it's about being false? There's a lot of stuff references about lies and suspicions and proof, and
it was actually
there's all my stuff about lies and suspicions, but he wrote the lyrics and they're actually on a specific. What was it?
He wrote it based on a book.
What's the name
okay,
of the
shadows loom upon the steep, Christ alive, a secret buried deep.
I can't remember what the book's called, but
No.
yeah, it's mainly Keith. But,
Crime and Punishment.
oh yeah, what's it?
It's about crime and punishment.
Yeah.
So it's about like the law and how the law is full of shit, and they already say you are, and you already say you are, and you know about misdirection, and we say this and he's this, but so we thought let's put it in a fucking metal song. See if something's good. Let's put it in the fucking metal song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, like,
You might think it's good, but until it's metal, you know.
yeah, no, Keith just like said, I've got an idea with it, you know, with like I've read.
I will say this, right? I changed one lyric. Maybe he's like, when reason fails, whispers the night. And I was like, Batman 89 reference. Dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. That's the only line I put in.
Sweet.
But it's a Jack Nicholson reference. And Keith's like, that's got fucking nothing to do with this song. I'm like, shut up, it's cool, it's going.
You're like Batman.
Batman. Jack Nicholson Joker, that's can we have that? More of that, please?
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
So is the new music building up to an album or an EP, lads?
We kind of decided that at the minute we're just going to stick with singles because
it's even if you watch what's Slipknot say, the music industry at the minute, it's song by song. You can put a single out with 9 other songs in the album. People are only going to watch this fucking single, and your 9 other songs may as well just.
We noticed whenever we brought out the first strike that every song like on Spotify, every song was the highest one was the singles, and they were by like a good bit, you know.
Okay.
And then we actually looked at the rest of them, and as the album goes on, so like track by track, it actually gets less. So people were like listening to the album, and then they were again to the next.
Listeners are dropping off.
Like
so, when they try to repeat,
so
just hit your real shit.
So by the time you got the last track, like it was the least, and it was just the way it worked out. So we just thought, why don't we do single by single? I kind of hurts to do that because I'm like old school.
I love albums. I love EPs. I like big drops.
My idea is to like sit and listen and then just scroll and get the booklet out and reading it. You know, with like
100%.
That's my idea. So yeah, so. But we kind of thought, like, in terms of getting people to come back to the band, you know, it's hard enough trying to get people to sort of come back to like a local band. So we thought we'd do it single by single. It just brings back people back. like maybe 8 or 9 times.
Hold on. We got Andy here.
Hey, yeah.
Here's Andy.
Sit on your knee.
Oh shit! We got Andy here. PXPX. What's the correct book?
I'm all
We're
good.
supporting Stone Jesus and
So hot.
Andy.
we've got a full house here, bro. We've got people in and out of here all fucking night. This is mental. Like you should have seen what was going on in here earlier, man. That's fucking.
But
So,
like,
support Stone Jesus. How'd it go?
Well, we blew the beans last night. We gave it 100% last night, and tonight was like tired gig. But yeah, got through
you
it.
got through it, man. That's the main thing.
I know.
You know what's not right? We supported Stone Jesus last night, and they're Andy's favorite band, and we had to leave before they started. So we were driving away, and Andy turns around and he's like, "Imagine if you supported Avenged Sevenfold and they're driving you away." I'm like, "Mate, that wouldn't be happening." I'd be like, "You drive on away and fucking stay in the fuck here." Like,
No, they're really nice guys. It's very shy and nice. You know.
it reminds me of the time of Siege of Limerick. I went with Death of a Salesman, right?
Oh, yeah.
Their set was at like 6 o'clock, and their bus one was at 8. And I went down with them to do press, and they were like, "Right, Pete, it's time to go home." And I was like, "You go fucking home and fucking stay here. It's fucking brilliant. I'll
Class.
make my own fucking way home, lads." No,
Just the highs. It was a good gig, but I fucked the last song up, and
like fuck all songs. I'm sorry.
oh, fuck the last. That's like my favorite song to play. Like it usually autopilot down. I fucking love playing it. I dropped the stick, and I had 2 reserves, but I cracked the fucking snap one last night, so it has a big crack on it. So I picked it up, and whenever I went to grab it, my finger got nicked in the fucking crack of it.
Rock and roll, like.
It hurt like fuck, and it threw me way off. Just like I had to throw it down and try and grab the other one, was trying to keep this like complicated beat going, and
Smell as hell, blood everywhere.
I just know it's being nipped, you know.
Did you not see when PXPX supported Malevolence and I busted my hand open? I had to play the fucking bass with blood pissing everywhere, and I was like,
Oh,
"What do I do? Do I stop the gig or just keep fucking
I
playing?"
wanted to get my fingers. It was like fucking. It was the first note of a gig in the Empire, and it was like, boom, boom. That first snare note, I whacked that finger off the rim and broke it in 2 for an hour-long set. And I had enough beer in me to not really care, but I had to get off and go to the fucking soundman and be like, "Can I get like tape and break a drumstick to try and get the wood to try and make sort of thing for it?" But the whole gig, I'm just holding the finger out like this, going, "Hey, keep
That's what it's all about. Those saves, you know, when you fucking
blood all over the fucking drums." Yeah,
blood all over the place. There's
and
not
people at the headliners apologize. It's like, I will dry clean your fucking kit if I
fuck those
blood
guys.
sprayed everywhere all over it. I'm so sorry.
The more,
You
just the
lost
more blood, the better.
You've lost control of this big time.
No, I haven't. No, I'm still with you. That's fine. I want to hear some rock and roll stories. Okay.
Do you want to hear some rock and roll stories? No, I don't have any. I'm a very dull guy. I don't have that many. But Dwayne will have a few.
Yeah, I have a few. Yeah.
So listen, I'm just going to throw this to the 3 of you. If you
Throw
could
it in,
throw
mate.
any band, past or present, who would it be and why?
Avenged Sevenfold, my favorite fucking band of all time.
Okay, that was a good one.
Eric Saddle, if you're watching, come on my show. I will make you look better than anybody else did. This is the show you need to be on. Avenged fucking Sevenfold.
All right, okay,
That's the
okay,
fucking
okay.
band everybody needs to listen to.
What was your question, Richie?
Avenged Sevenfold.
I said if you could tour with any band, past or present, who would it be and why?
Avenged Sevenfold.
All right, Pete, you got your shouting. Relax.
Mine would be Metallica. They're my favorite band of all time.
When?
No.
Tomorrow, but like,
Or 80s Metallica.
but
Yeah.
also like the amount of people that you're going to get in front of for a Metallica gig is unbelievable. So even if you get like 1% looking at you, like, you know, I'd be happy with that.
Man, there's a band from Ireland called Fan Club.
I love
supported
Fan
them,
Club.
you know?
I see those guys at Slam.
Yeah.
That was
There you go,
fucking
like.
dope. They opened for fucking Metallica and Slam. Big
Yeah.
respect for those fucking guys.
I haven't seen them in ages, but I became really good friends. The guitar player and bass player in that band. I
Class.
got them on a few bills.
They're touring at the moment, so they might be up in
And I
Belfast.
remember, yeah, I rocked up the Slaves in Metallica. It was like $5 the fucking bill. But
So
hell yeah.
Dwayne, it would be Metallica, and what? Would it? Which album would it be?
A fucking, I can't remember. I was just saying fucking the last time Metallica was here. That's their Death Magnetic album.
2019.
No, it was Death Magnetic. The other album.
Oh,
Dwayne,
What? Sorry, what was the question, Richie?
Yeah.
which Metallica album would you be touring with him for?
Oh, can you pick?
Master!
You can pick
No,
a year.
shut up, Pete.
You know, the Injustice, man. The Injustice tour. Like,
Nah, I'm not.
Yeah, just the Pro for me is the one.
For me,
Nice.
that's it.
Okay.
But whenever you look back at like the Black Album, like that era of Metallica was so huge, and their gigs were so massive that would have been unbelievable. Like,
I think it was like 3 members got divorced because the tour wouldn't end.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yours?
That's right, yeah.
Shut fuck off.
I know that's quite like a simple like answer to Metallica. So like, if I was going to get one that wasn't just like the biggest band in the world, it would be Cylosis. I absolutely love them,
Yeah.
and like I think they don't get the respect that they deserve. Like, you know, in terms
They
of
don't. They don't. They're dead right.
how heavy they are, how intense they are, how good they are live. Like, the amount of work that Josh puts in, like, you know, I think they just don't get the respect that they deserve. So if I was going to pick someone that wasn't just Metallica, it would be Cylosis, you know.
Okay.
Fuck
Andy,
Metallica.
what about you?
Who's joined us now?
Put me on the spot. I don't know. Like Clutch. If
I
you
love
haven't listened to Clutch, they have never released a bad album.
If you're not listening to Clutch, you're not.
They're just the best thing about Clutch is they're just these guys in their fucking 40s, and they get up on stage wearing their day-to-day clothes.
We're guys in the
There's
40s.
no like
Yeah.
wokeness about them, and if you check out like their Facebook pages, they're like, someone stole my crock pot off my fucking porch.
White
Like,
Mm.
they're just stays down the earth. And I'm making a tour with them, be very calm and just a few nice beers and
It would be very calm.
I mean it's calm. just a bunch of dads all hanging out. Like, it's-
Fuck.
Bunch of guys sitting there, crisps.
Okay, we're gonna keep going with this for the crack, just for questions. We're gonna keep going with this way because
Yes.
it's just good. Okay, so
I'm gonna run down here and it's my
Andy's away.
Andy, thanks for joining us, man.
This song's called Blackwoods.
This song is called like.
I love it. So gotta go
We still have three.
Still good?
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah.
All fucking good. Shut the door twice.
So I just want to talk to you also that if you're going down the route of singles, because for me personally,
Sorry, RJ.
no bother.
What was that? Sorry.
Sorry, bro. I had to shut the door there.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, for me, it's a shame that, you know, a band like Ketos for me would be an album band because I just love
Well, we have an album, bro. It's First Strike.
the
Yeah,
whole
no, I
imagery,
Fucking length on there, bro.
like your imagery. I would say you'd build a team into it. There's a lot to be said about an album, a physical album.
Yeah.
Well, if
stories.
if anyone would like to come and fund us an album,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
my email is open.
For me personally, like, I would love to have an album, but it's just in terms of getting people back to come back to the band. you know.
100%. I know what
Yeah.
you're saying, Dwayne. You made a great point there about the Spotify listens. Yeah, it's interesting that bands now are looking at that more so than just pressing ahead and doing an album and just kind of and songs being missed on an album just because of that sole Spotify algorithm.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about Spotify. I mean, spoiler alert. Do you know there's a lot of people buying Spotify plays? Have you heard of this?
No.
You can. It's called music fraud. There's some people out there buying Spotify plays. So you know, like a band that's never played a show to more than 100 people. It's like 7 billion stream. It's a bit like, and there's like a way you can see it because we have the Spotify artist login, and you can like see like the line. You can look at anyone. You see the line. It's like line spike. Line.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, man. It's fucking everybody up. It's music fraud. It's hitting other artists that aren't doing it because you're related and it's striking you. So don't be buying fucking fake likes. Don't be buying fucking fake plays. It's bad for everybody. It's something prevalent we're seeing.
Yeah. No, I would love to put that out. Like, I'm old school with that. Like, say I like to just sit with like a little booklet and like listen to the album and that. But in terms of like just keeping things going smoothly and keeping stuff going on a regular basis, it's just the way the music, it's just the way the industry's going, and it's unfortunate. Like, but I think you have to kind of just roll with it, you know.
But you can tell what's real and what's not. What's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can, if you use your own sense, you can tell who's buying their stuff and who isn't.
I just find it really frustrating that bands aren't using Bandcamp more,
Yeah.
it's just
Do we use Bandcamp? I don't know.
No, we don't really use it that much, to be honest. I don't really know much about it. Yeah.
I'm so shit at everything that's not taking a picture of myself.
Yeah, because they do like you can buy CDs for like there's no money going to Bandcamp on a Friday or something once a month or something like that.
once a month, yeah, it goes straight to the artist, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like, but I know nothing about it, to be honest. But we probably should look into that and see if we can get that.
If anyone would like to sponsor us and do this for us, welcome to do this.
Do you know if you're going releasing a single then we'll say once every 2-3 months?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to give too much away, but the next few songs might already be all sorted out.
but like my point is though, for singles to be released, singles carry individual artwork and also there's the cost of videos as well.
See, we were talking about we were going between that and we were kind of thinking like artwork every time going to cost us a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
So we were thinking about trying to put them into like 4 groups of EPs and stuff. So we might go down that route and sort of meet in the middle,
Yeah.
So we bring out 3 singles and then the 4th one means that all 4 would go into like the EP.
Yeah, you get a little print on a disc.
And it means that every single is still like a fresh new thing. And then on the 4th one you bring out and it all goes into one group.
Yes.
And that for me personally was a thing because when I go on to like Spotify or that and you're listening to singles, like you get 4 and you can just hit play and you can just go away and it plays the 4 songs, or like I prefer that, playing the 9 songs rather than just singles and then you have to put them in your own playlists. I prefer to have 4 in a chunk, I can just hit play and clear up for 20 minutes and it plays in the background,
Cool.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's it, lads. One other thing there, is there any gigs that you can actually tell us about over the next, it's summertime now, good weather. Have you planned anything that
I'll tell you what,
can
Richie,
announce?
I'll tell you what. I'm not sure what I can say about the next gig. It's happening. There's a solidified date. What I can say is
Is it in the summer? Can you tell us, is it in the summer?
It's in July.
Perfect.
It's in July. It's with another major Irish thrash band that we haven't played with before, who have played Bloodstock.
Okay.
And it's in a venue that hasn't been used before, and it's brand new, and it's a big secret, and it's a big fucking deal.
Okay.
Less of a secret now.
Well, I mean, no, it's
but anyway, look, I can get in touch and I'll
people can fucking guess until it comes out. It's coming out. Anyway, it's going to be something in association with the Rig Rundown, in association something.
Brilliant.
And when it's out, don't worry, you'll all fucking know about it.
Yeah, we'll give you a good plug on our side here anyway, okay?
It's not the Odyssey, there's a clue. and of blues.
No, we got that gig coming up. Can't really say anything about it. And then we can't
even say who.
Should be
another major Irish thrash band.
We should be chipping away at music as well. Like we've got a few demos in the works at the minute, and as soon as we get finished and properly record it as well, they'll just be coming out, as you say, like every 2 or 3 months. Keep them going as well, just to keep it steady.
The key is, spoiler alert to anyone else doing this. The key is to be like 8 or 9, 10 steps ahead of yourself. You know what I mean? We know what's coming out next month. We know what's coming out the month after. Because we've already done it. Spoiler alert. Stay that ahead of yourself. You know what I mean?
Anyway, I'm glad to promote anything that you can throw my way, lads. We'll gladly promote it on our side.
Very much.
Thanks for all your help on as well.
Dude, respect to you for everything you're doing. You are the fucking MVP. You're the most valuable player, the greatest of all time. You are the guy in Ireland in metal making everyone else realize there's something to fucking be gotten here. Dude, respect to your fucking self.
Thank you, Pete. And check out Pete's Rig Rundown as well. It's fantastic, man. I really enjoy what you're doing there, man. And there's a lot of work that goes into it, 100%. You can see the work that goes into it. It looks great, looks professional. And keep going.
Thank you, man.
Keep doing what you're doing, Pete.
Yeah.
Too, bro.
Okay. So say hello to Garrett, say hello to Keith, say hello to Mike. You've been listening. Yeah, you've been listening to Pete and Dwayne.
XBX.
Thanks for having us on, man.
Yeah, you've been listening to Pete and Dwayne from Ketos. Look out, their new single is brilliant, The Price of Life, and keep an eye on their socials for this big gig that's coming in July. Thanks again, lads, and crucially, support the local metal scene.
Thanks, Richie.
Thank you, Richie.